Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Pipeline Podcast, episode 136, the show that so has been, it may as well have been a hotel. I am joined. That's really stupid. I'm sorry. I am joined by a very acclaimed guest today. You may know him from his videos on YouTube, or maybe just seeing him at your local con. Omni Media is here. How's it going, Omni?
Good. A little stressful about making this one, considering what we talked about prior. Just like ahead of this, internet went out. I was like, oh God, we made this commitment. I wanted to talk about this. Let's do it. So I was like whipping out the mini tripod, my phone. I was like, can I? But it came back, and then we're good.
Oh, no, of course.
It's my day.
It is an absolute pleasure as always. It feels like kind of a long time in the making, I guess. I for a little bit of just like my POV onto you, I guess, and just like we've known each other from just like the community at large. We've worked together over on council, been a fan of your stuff for a while. I reached out to you back in, and this is all on me, not you whatsoever, but I reached out to you back in 2021. I think you were around the like 2,000 subscriber mark. And like at the time, I remember thinking, this guy's going to make it big. I want to work with him and become friends with him before he blows up. And I sent you a message being like, hey, you like the Arrowverse, I like the Arrowverse, you want to do something? I didn't know what the fuck I was doing yet. I didn't know how to make videos. I wasn't doing podcasts yet.
I mean, look at my stuff at that time, man. I don't even want to like look at any of that stuff ever again.
I just like sent that being like, let's just do it. And like you said, like, oh yeah, sure, let's do it. And I never got back to you. I was like, I don't know, whatever. I was like, I guess I'll just leave that thing to dry because I didn't know what I was doing yet. But all these years later, now you're very successful on YouTube via your reactions and everything that you got going on over there, your live streams, which that's kind of what my main thing is with you now. Is like, I'm so busy in terms of watching actual videos. I'll just turn your live streams on while I'm at work. I'll be like, oh, just listen to hear him chat for a couple hours. Yeah. But no, welcome to the show. How have you been? How are the cats? How is the life of Omni Media?
The 3 new ones, man. I'll tell you, I cannot wait for them to be out of the house. Because that last batch we took off the out of the neighborhood or whatever. Yeah. They're already with the bunch we have already, man. It's just like they're still like a little too street, I guess, to like really fully integrate. Well, 2 of the 3 are. One's kind of broken the mold a little bit, but he's gotten a little too comfortable to the point where he's peeing in the bed. And I'm like, But no,
it's like a hotel for him. Yeah.
It's kind of, we got a cat hotel is what we got right now. Point. But like I finally reached out to one of the rescues. It's like an organization here locally that helps with that sort of stuff. And because I haven't had much luck finding places for them on my own, but they work with some people in some of the larger cities to get them out or put them into like a cat cafe or something like that. So they'll end up somewhere.
That's good. We did that when I was younger. We lived in a trailer park and there was a cat just wandering around. We're like, you know what? Let's just keep it. It doesn't have a home. We brought it in, and we think the night we decided to bring them in was the night that she did her thing, and we found out shortly after, she's expecting 6 kittens, and we unfortunately had to give them all to homes, even the mom, because she was like violent towards the cat. She was like trying to hurt them. We had to be like, well, we're keeping this one, and we have to find the others homes, and it's noble work that I think that you're doing with your, like you said, your little cat hotel that you got going on. That's incredible.
Yeah, I got to keep down the down low. I'm only allowed to have one.
Uh-oh. Yes, well, so we'll clip that part. We'll clip that part for your landlord doesn't kick you out of your lovely home there. What up, Short Car? How's it going? But yeah, we're going to get this episode started here today. We're going to start with our Creator Spotlight segment. I have a couple of questions I have asked for you. I have asked for you. That's not a real sentence. I have here for you. Some are on the funner side, and some are a little different that I want to ask you. First of all,
darker.
Darker. No. I asked this one to everyone because I think it's a good start question. What's your favorite movie of all time?
Jurassic Park.
Oh, that's good.
Is the first movie I remember seeing in the theater. I don't remember much of the experience other than pestering my dad. When are the dinosaurs going to come? Where are the dinosaurs? Where are the dinosaurs?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if he covered my eyes because I don't remember the opening scene at all.
Yeah.
Like with the cage and Muldoon and all that. And all I remember, I think initially was the dig site. So obviously, I think either my child brain didn't retain any of that and retained the boring part. But whatever, I love it. That was like even looking back on it during the pandemic, when they reopened that and showed it in theaters again, and I got to kind of go back and give it a proper theatrical run where I could retain it all. Man, it just holds up so well. I think that was the first movie I saw where it's just like, this is it's magic, man. Like what they were able to do with the dinosaurs and that scene with them, the glasses and looking up, and it's like it's iconic, and the music.
It's a perfect movie. I watched them in COVID for the first time, and I loved them. And then when Dominion came out, well, I guess I loved the first one. I didn't so much love the other ones, but when Dominion came out, they were doing this like double feature of the first one and Dominion back to back. And the first one's magic, and then you go into that Dominion's like, oh, what a difference.
What happened here?
There's such a gap. And I think that's why I hated it so much, because they were back to back. I was like, I want to go home. I want to just watch the original a second time instead. We have a couple people in the comments here. I want to address that really quickly. Jeffrey said, OMG, it's Omni. Hi, Darren. Hi, Omni. Hello, buddy. We have Christian in the chat. What up, Omni?
What's up, Christian?
Amazing shirt, Omni. So excited for season 2. That's a couple days, right? Like officially, it's
Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah.
About a week.
We're under a week. Just under.
Hazel's in the chat. What up, buddy? What up?
You're right. Otherwise, I'd be asleep like a sheep, like a little bitch.
Jeffrey said Omni is doing a cool walkthrough through Final Fantasy Rebirth. Definitely a blast watching through it. Jeffrey has been on a crusade to get me to play Kingdom Hearts lately, and I've been considering it.
Shocker. I mean, the name.
Yes.
I mean,
absolutely.
Maybe one day you can earn yourself a Keyblade. I have a couple spares.
Okay. Very nice. Obviously, you do reactions over on your side of the fence. What's your favorite reaction that you've ever done on your channel, or like your favorite reaction series you've done, I guess I should say?
That's a tough one, man. Like talking like the most fun I've had out of the gate, I think, or got swept up in, like obviously like we could talk about Hazbin or Hell of a Boss or anything like that, because it I think that had like a more profound impact on me, like in the themes, the topics, the characters, the music, all of that. But I think like the most like that too. But like I think the most fun I've had just being swept up in the adventure was probably Stranger Things. Starting that from the beginning. One of the few tentpole things I got to actually cover in its entirety on the channel. Still like wish I could delete like Breaking Bad, Avatar, The Last Airbender, and all that stuff from my brain.
Yeah, you can redo it. Yeah.
I can see how good my acting is and pretend if I haven't talked about them enough at this point.
Sure. I mean now you're kind of doing, like, a lot of channels are doing those like rewatch reactions or these, or like more commentary style stuff where it's like, oh, I was this years old when I watched this part. It's like, oh, cool. All right. Stranger Things is good. That's a great pick. I think whenever you see one of those channels pop up and like, oh, we're watching for the first time, it's like, oh, okay, that's gonna be a fun journey. I feel like that's one of those shows where like every episode has at least something that's like bombastic for you to react to, where like other shows could be like, okay, there's these slower points and it builds up and it builds up, where that one it's like every episode there's something happening, there's something that people want to see a thing for. So that's a great choice for sure.
The nostalgia of the 80s too is still a big thing, the sound and the aesthetic.
That's coming up soon too. That is a couple weeks, actually, about a month at this point.
Stranger Things coming in to topple every content creators
holidays. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna ask you a couple of IPs. I'm just gonna name off a couple.
Okay.
You have to get rid of one of these that I'm about to say.
Oh God.
You have to get rid of one of these iconic things that I think you love, maybe, I don't know. Kingdom Hearts. Doctor Who. Friends. That 70s show. The X-Files.
Oh, you bastard.
I've done my research. If you need me to read those off again, I can.
No, because I already know what it's down to. I might have. I think I'll keep the X-Files.
Yeah, I figured. I thought that one was safe. That's your freebie.
Because like my justification was Kingdom Hearts is technically ongoing, so I could die before that story ever ends. At least right now, the X-Files is a complete roadmap at the moment.
Yeah.
Well, until Ryan does whatever Ryan's going to do with it. Yeah. That was rough. That was evil.
Yes, it's a hard choice. I said that you had to get rid of one though. So you're getting rid of the Kingdom Hearts then?
Oh wait.
You'd get rid of one. Yeah. You have to get
Doctor
rid
Who. Get the hell out.
Okay, Doctor Who is out then.
Sorry, I misunderstood the question. I was like, who do I have to keep and everything else is lost?
Well, no, because I figured the answer would be X-Files.
Okay, so I completely...
Okay, so Doctor Who's out of
this hasn't kicked in yet.
Okay, you're good. You're good. I like swapped it in last minute. I swapped in Doctor Who for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I was like, which one should I put in there? So I put in Doctor Who. So
yeah, no, it would definitely would have been down to Doctor Who or That 70s Show, but I like That 70s Show a lot. Doctor Who's kind of gone the way of the Flash.
That is fair. It's I'm still going through it right now. I'm on Matt Smith right now. I'm on season 6, so I'm in a good era right now.
Yeah, give it time.
give it. Fair enough. I wanted to ask you though about your history on YouTube. Obviously, again, you have built something I think is pretty incredible over on your YouTube space with your reactions to your live streams, to your gameplays, to now some of your interviews as well, and what you've done at cons. What's kind of your history on the platform of YouTube, TikTok, all that jazz? Like where did that story kind of start for you?
Honestly, like I guess like because I was kind of observing the birth of YouTube, my old age. Yeah. But like so like a lot of the early, I think like going back, I guess what maybe would have started this road or this path would have been like back with like the peak of like Channel Awesome and stuff like that with the Nostalgia Critic and Angry Joe and Linkara and all of them. You know, people talking about movies and stuff like that, you know, because I was like right in the cusp of when I was in college and me and my friends were going different ways. So like not having like an outlet to like have a conversation without having a conversation. And then that kind of was always something that I kind of wanted to do, but I was always just kind of like, I don't have the right camera. I don't have the right mic. I don't have my own space at the moment. I'm in a dorm room or whatever. I was finding an excuse to kind of put it off for as long as I did. And eventually it just got to a point where I finally had my own apartment that I was kind of okay with. And then I just like, I think I just needed to talk about some of the stuff I was into because it was, losing touch with everybody, as you tend to do as you grow older and you grow apart from people, or people move or whatever. And I was like, I have to talk about these things because we're getting more content, we're getting all kinds of other shows. That was around the cusp of the Arrowverse and whatnot, and I was just like so like drowning in that week, like 5 shows a week that are all connected, and I'm just like, I have no one to talk to about this. So I ripped the cord, and I think I saw like some like reaction channels. I can't remember exactly who the first ones I saw. I think it was like the Real Rejects and a couple other people as well. And then it's like, maybe I'll just kind of dip my toes in with like some trailer reactions or something like that, some light reviews or whatever. And then that evolved into where we're at here after I got a little more comfortable being in front of the camera.
Of course. No, I do think that's kind of the beauty of the reaction community from what I've seen from afar. It's just this idea that like that like togetherness, I guess, kind of like, I think people love the aspect of like, well, I get to watch TV and movies with my friends, and some people don't have those connections. They don't have the friends that all get together on a movie night, or the like classic like Game of Thrones at a bar thing that used to happen, where it's like, oh, I could watch the episode and then go watch Omni's reaction or Blind Wave's reaction, or the Real Rejects or Danny Mata or blah blah blah. That I think has happened. That is very cool, and now what's happening, I think, is like, I love these like what other people are doing, where it's like, okay, it's a group reaction, it's like 12 people on a couch, or it's we're like live on a stage doing this with like 100 people, and like how that has evolved is definitely very
it's like, what, how can we shake this up? More people live on a plane.
Actually,
you're gonna get extreme reactions coming soon.
That's not a bad idea, actually. Like,
motorcycle reacting.
Get 50 people to go on a plane. You put the cameras up, and everyone's just watching the whatever the heck it is, the new Game of Thrones series or Stranger Things or whatever on a plane. I love it. Since you've been doing this, though, because it sounds like you were kind of jumping in kind of that middle ground, it seems, where there was a bunch of people doing these reaction channels, and since you've done it, a lot of people have joined that fray. There seems like there's a big reaction channel popping off every other day or so, if that's on YouTube, or now even on like Twitch and in TikTok and even Instagram and stuff like that. What do you think sets your channel apart from a lot of the other ones, or like what is that mind frame that like you go into that with, being like, what makes me separate from all these other channels, I guess, is kind of what I'm asking.
I have a brain. No, I'm kidding. Sure. No, I honestly, I can't really put a pin on it, because I just kind of sit down and I just like am as vulnerable as I can be, and my own neurosis, I guess. Because like when I watch a lot of people, I guess I feel like I notice that not a lot of other people like get like locked in on the things that I do. Like, whether it can be dumb stuff, like, no, I'm not even talking like, oh, they don't even see the plot or anything like that, going over their head or whatever. Like I'll like fixate on some crazy stuff like a madman sometimes. And like I sometimes I overthink to the point where maybe I spoiled the plot for myself, or sometimes I'll overthink to the point and this is like so obvious, and I go off into some other universe. So I don't know. Like, other than that, like I don't know. I go in with the hope to enjoy everything, and so I definitely try to take every little bit in, sometimes maybe to a detriment, but I don't know.
Sure. That's fair. I think that's better than what I think a lot of people sometimes do, where it's like, okay, you are like what you're doing is commentating. And I do think that's the most important thing to all of this. My favorite genre, or I guess my least favorite genre of this, is just the like, oh, that's nice. Okay. That looks cool. Oh, look at that. You know what I mean? Where it's like, you're not adding the content, you're just there to kind of do it because that's what you are told does well on the platform.
Right.
And you're just kind of stealing the content, and like, oh, people will click on this because they like that set IP. And I would argue, and again, I don't know what your fandom is like, but it seems like they love the like personality around it and not just what you're watching. They also love what you're watching too, I assume. That's why they're there. But like, it seems like there is more to that, and I feel like that probably shines through.
Yeah, I do notice, like, and it's nice to see sometimes, was like, this wasn't on my radar, but I only started watching it because you were, and I was like, oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I did that with I did that with Owl House with you a little bit because I watched the first half of the Owl House. I loved or first half of the first season, and like your thing popped up, and I was like, oh my gosh, he's watching it. That's incredible. And I was like, I never finished the Owl House. God damn it! I got so excited that you were watching it. I never finished it. So I was like, I want to watch it now. All right, this is like an incredible show. Love the Owl House.
Oh, so good, man. I was bawling like a baby by the end of it.
Such a good show. Such a good show. But all right, you have passed our creator spotlight event. Congratulations!
I survived.
On me.
What do I get?
You get a pat on the head. That's what.
Yay!
We're gonna be hopping into to some news stories that have dropped this week. It was a slow news week. I was really struggling last night, and I was like, I gotta find something to talk to Omni about. But there's a couple little things that had come out this week that I would have liked to bring up really quickly. First on the docket, we already kind of mentioned it. Stranger Things is officially heading to the big screen. Talks to put the series finale of Stranger Things in theaters has reportedly evolved after previous statements. So this story actually has updated even since I was putting this together last night. It just officially was confirmed today. They have official dates. I think it's in theaters for about, I think it's like December 31st through January something. It was like the first
week of the new year or something like that. Netflix likes their single weeks if they have to do it.
Of course. I mean, we already talked about this a little bit. Obviously, I assume you're going to be reacting to the show. Probably won't be seeing it in theaters. But what are your thoughts on just like the precedence of this, I guess? And like a TV show going to theaters isn't something you typically see. Like, I feel like this is kind of a new precedence, especially with Netflix. We've seen this change this year with K-pop Demon Hunters and Frankenstein. That's happening like as we speak. Right. I guess what's your thoughts on just that whole genre of it, I guess?
To be fair, and I wouldn't expect a lot of people outside of the fandom to really have paid attention to it too deeply, but I've seen like some of the Doctor Who specials as they come out in theaters.
Yeah. Okay.
They would sometimes do something like that. I know Capaldi's final episode, that special was in theaters, and that was when I saw it. I went to the theater. I was like, yeah, I'm going to go check that out, and I did, and it was wild. So cool. Like, it's not, I mean, it's like it was kind of more of like a novelty, I think, at one point or another. Sure. And now there's this, as I think shows movie streaming, also there's this desire to like get it off of your screen a little bit, especially for, Guillermo del Toro of all people. Right. His films, I think, should be on a big screen, man. He's a very visual director, and I think it deserves to be everywhere. Wherever you can see it, I'm like, I think like going to the theater is a privilege, especially at this point. It's always kind of been, but I think something like that should at least have that opportunity for the people that would want to go see that. And then for something like Stranger Things, I do think that's a little bit. I mean, even with Doctor Who, for like the specials, at least, like it is something. It's not like your broadcast 44-minute TV episode or anything like that with a small budget or anything like that. This thing is longer than some of the movies that are in the theater right now, and honestly probably more expensive than some of them too. So it's I get it. And plus it's like it's right now, like it's the last thing that's even remotely as culturally impactful as Game of Thrones was before it burned that bridge. And I mean, even like to the point they were talking about here recently that we're so afraid of ending up like Game of Thrones, but I'm pretty sure we're okay.
I think we're okay. I think that's a great point. And I do think like, I think if you said this like 10 years ago, I'd be like, what the hell? That's stupid.
Yeah. If somebody brought that up around like the first season, I would have been like, really? Huh? Yeah. Okay.
I think just TV in general though basically just like TV or just like movies, these big budget movies. Like that's the way that the streaming culture has moved to the point. Like, I mean, look at next year we have the like Mandalorian and Grogu movie that was a TV show that is now a movie being put on the big screen. I think there's a lot of shifts happening in the world of TV. And like, yes, I definitely agree. If it was like a 40-minute episode, I'd be like, I'm good. I don't need to see that on a big screen. But it is a 2-hour finale to one of the biggest shows of the last 10 years. You are right. The biggest show to even compete with Game of Thrones. Like nothing I don't think has even come close to that popularity outside of Game of Thrones. So yeah, I feel like a lot of people are seeing that being like, oh, I have to go see it in the theaters. I can't watch. No, you can still watch it on Netflix. I don't think it's a thing where they're like, no, we're just not putting it on Netflix. You have to see it in the theater. It's like you can have your cake and eat it too. And I do think that's kind of a cool idea that people can do now. Do you think this final season is going to be good? Like, do you have high expectations for this final season?
I mean, like for me, I think it's just continued to get better every season.
Yeah, same.
And the last one, man, it's just junk food for the soul. And not like in a derogatory way, because I know that it could be taken in that way. But like I sit down and I watch it, and it's the bestest of times. Like it's pulp, it's got so much heart, it's action packed. It's the visuals, the performances in it, man. It's just a damn good time, man. And it just keeps getting bigger, the scale, the scope, and now we got a whole ass invasion of the world by alien monsters from another dimension. Yeah, give it to me. Shoot it into my veins.
No, I'm excited. I mean, I have the same take. Like, I think it's a hot take even at this point, but like, I think the show has got better as it's gone along. Like, I know some people swear like season 1 is the only good season. I was like, I don't know. I think season 2 rivals season 1 in many ways, and I love 3. I know it has its problems, but I love season 3. I love the mall vibe, and then season 4 is insane. Yeah. Like, I don't know what they were cooking up in the writers' room in season 4, but I think that was like, oh, this is. In my opinion, I thought it was like, this is way better than what we've done each season up until this point. Like, this is crazy.
Because it's like I would classify it as an epic of sorts, because it's always escalated, and like the scope of it and the scale of it just keeps kind of getting up. And not that it's in this ballpark, but it just makes me feel like it's less like far like horror or the horror genre of sorts. It's kind of like the closest that genre has to that ramping up to like the Return of the King kind of thing, like this culmination of all these kind of things to this climactic end.
Yeah. I remember season 4, people were like, well, this is our like Infinity War. I was like, what are they talking about? And I watched it. I was like,
oh, that's kind of actually. Yeah,
I was like, I see it actually in terms of just like its epicness and its scale. Like, it does kind of feel like those event Marvel movies, which I think works, because I think those event Marvel movies only work in moderation, and Stranger Things is a moderation kind of show. It's like, well, see y'all in 3 years when we might come back for another season. So
we're still 16.
Gosh, no, of course. All right, our next news story here. I don't know if you actually have seen this movie, and if not, we can move past this pretty quickly. But a sequel to a Netflix movie, Mitchell's versus the Machines sequel. Mitchell's versus the Machines sequel is officially in the works at Netflix, with Lord and Miller returning to produce. Now, my first question: have you seen this movie?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah, good.
You for it?
Hell yeah!
I really enjoyed the first film. It's a little. It at times it was a little ADHD for my taste, a little too ADHD for my taste at certain points, and I was kind of the point, a little bit too internet culture-y. But like when you get down to the artistic direction of it, the humor, the family element, and honestly, just like the style of the film, I think it like excelled. Just Sony animation, specifically animation, kills it, man. Like their art department is insane, and between like this was like even before we got our second Spider-Verse and before we got Mutant Mayhem and stuff like that, man. I was just like, oh, it carried that same and similar energy that I got from the first Spider-Verse film, and it's I don't know, man. They just their artistic freedom with animation, especially with like computer generation, which I've always kind of been a shunner of since it kind of came around. I'm like, yeah, but you're okay.
Sony is weird because they will put out some of the greatest movies you have ever seen in your life, and then they'll be like, the Emoji Movie and a new Smurfs animated movie. It's like, guys, like, if you could just, like, I don't know what's happening in between each project.
Those are the cheap, easy to make movies that they can just pump out with little effort that'll get all the children money from the parents. And
then they make
that, like that Minecraft movie and the money that made.
Yeah.
Like, it's like nobody thought when they wrote that script.
Yeah. No.
But yeah, it's
but
just
they loved
like
it.
They'll show up. Parents will bring their kid to something to not have to deal with the kid for at least an hour and a half.
I mean, Lilo and Stitch just made $1 billion, and I thought that was kind of
throw me in the river.
It exists, you know, and like I feel like there's been a lot of this year's like big movies where it's like, oh, okay, that's what people are. All right, that's cool, I guess. But yeah, no, I'm excited for a new one of these. I adored the first one. I was there when that first came out, and like I was that like one guy that was there before it got popular, being guys, you have to watch this movie. It's so good. And everyone's like, Netflix, I'm not watching this Netflix animated movie. It's like, no, guys, you have to watch it. It's so good. I am really curious to see what they do with its like anti-AI agenda in the current day, because like it was kind of on the curve a little bit, but now they're like, oh, it's here. It is fully here with what they were doing in that movie. I know that our main character in that movie would hate this hellscape we're living in right now. They would be like,
I mean, maybe that's why we're hearing about it right now, of all things. Maybe that, the fact that it's kind of happening prompted whatever story idea they cooked up for it. Because where we left off with it, I was kind of like, all right, we're done, right?
Sure, yeah.
But I think it might make a good vehicle to talk about all this. Assuming we don't really know what the plot's going to be, but that would be, I think that could be, given what we know from the first film, would be a pretty interesting place to take it.
Especially in like the film sphere, because like you end it with her going to film school, and I would not be shocked if there's commentary on like, I don't know, her fellow students using AI instead of being creative and making something their own and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. And it seems like that's going to be a lot of things going forward, because despite what people may think of it, I'm still not 100% on it. That new Toy Story movie doing the same thing, where it's like, oh, it's this story about like tablets, like computers, and the like lack of playing with actual toys and stuff like that. So I'm curious, and we'll see if it can do any good. All right, last news story here. This wasn't really a news story. I just thought this was kind of interesting, and I wanted to bring it up with it being holiday season, or Halloween season, if you will. 2025's biggest Halloween costumes.
I've seen this list. Oh God. Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
No, you're good. 2025's most searched Halloween costumes feature 6 costumes from one singular project. Shout out to Disgusting Film. I literally just screenshotted the image and put it in here, so shout out to their site. Always great source for content. I just wanted to run by these because I do think these are kind of interesting. So these are only searches. Like, maybe this isn't the exact list, but we have Glenda from Wicked. Glenda makes sense to me. We have a new Wicked coming up. It was big last year. I think both Glenda, I think the whole cast of that movie will probably have a lot of like Wizard of Oz themed costumes. I think that's cool.
For sure.
Toothless also makes sense. There's a new How to Train Your Dragon movie. I assume there's a lot of like baby costumes where you can just kind of put them in the little
or maybe
little
pet
onesies.
Maybe pet costumes, maybe, because I like, as far as like an adult costume, I'm like, I don't see the vision. Anyway.
Yeah, it's probably hard to pull off, I would assume. Nurse from Silent Hill. I have not experienced Silent Hill. Has there been new Silent Hill content recently that would?
There's a new one coming out. There's a remake of the second game that came out that was people have been singing the praises of. I've never played. I played the first one. I never finished it, but I've seen like the movie and stuff. I'm aware of it. just
Sure.
as like the pop culture surrounding it. And yeah, the quote unquote sexy nurse monster
Gotcha. Yeah.
it's been a popular cosplay for a long time
Gotcha.
since its
In the
induction.
adult sphere of the costumes.
Mhm.
Okay, gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha, gotcha. At 12 we have Nightwing, which
That's one of the most random ones I think on this list because like when was the last time I mean it's Nightwing. I'm like, yeah,
yeah.
hell yeah, Nightwing. But
Yeah.
like the compared to everything else, it's like that's the dad's costume. Like is what I for
Yeah.
like when I'm looking at that list.
I mean, it's the only DC actually, it's the only superhero costume on this list. Like, I would have
Mhm.
expected a Superman,
Yeah.
maybe a Peacemaker, some
Or with
Mr.
Marvel Rivals and
Fantastic.
Fantastic Four
Yes.
movie, maybe something like Sue, Reed, any of them really, I would have thought
Even,
maybe
like,
would
a
have been on
Red
that list.
Guardian or
Mhm.
something. Yeah, but, like, yeah, no I mean, I love Nightwing, so that makes me happy, but it's like,
Oh, yeah.
"Huh, interesting."
Well, okay. Sorry, we'll get to it.
Okay.
Here's another one that I'm like, "Huh?"
Hamilton is I think this is a TikTok thing. I think, like, Hamilton just got sent back to theaters recently. What is it? The
Right, I forgot about
10th
that.
10th
Mhm,
anniversary. There was a huge, like, TikTok trend of like, all the girls playing the, like, male parts and all the men playing the girl parts, and that was a huge
mhm.
TikTok trend. So I guess it makes sense, but still, like, Hamilton has a hold on people, man. Like, still to this day, it's still so culturally relevant. It's like,
Yep,
gotta love it, man. Very cool.
so good.
The Lorax.
Yeah, that's the one I looked ahead and I was like, "Wait a second."
Yeah. I think this is also a TikTok thing. I think, and maybe there's a different reason, and people down below can tell me if like there's another reason for this. There was a TikToker recently who does these live streams who dress up as these characters online, and she did a
Mm.
a Lorax stream that blew up. It was like the most popular thing on TikTok for like a month straight. Everyone was going to cons as this girl from TikTok as the
What in
Lorax.
the
It's like,
world?
I assume that's the reason why. I mean, I like the Lorax, but that one is interesting. All right, Elphaba again makes
Makes
sense.
sense.
Definitely get that. We have is that Derpy
Yep,
from
it's
Top
the
Demon
cat.
Hunters? That one makes sense. What's that second one?
Look, the one just under it?
Yeah, Labubu.
Labubu?
Oh, god damn it. Okay, all right.
That's a thing I don't get.
I have not gotten
I
into it
don't even
either.
think
I
it's
have not.
cute.
Yeah,
It's
I don't. Yeah.
it's the beanie baby of the TikTok age.
Yep. It's yeah. It's I guess it's our new Funko.
Kinda. Except it's
Chicken Jockey from
dressing up
Minecraft.
the one character, sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. Chicken Jockey, I
Mhm.
guess, whatever.
I'm not
Um,
surprised.
and then the final 5 are
I'm completely
all
dominated by
from
one thing.
K-pop Demon Hunters.
Yeah. That's
I
hilarious. I'm not shocked at all.
no, no.
I am kinda like, "Baby Saja? Really? Not Not
No,
romance or abs or Abby, whatever. Baby
yeah,
Saja, that's like I mean, I feel like out of all of them, that's probably the easiest to do.
yeah,
Well, Gina literally is just wearing normal clothes. Let's be real. But uh yeah, I mean, I'm not shocked by it because you got the
no.
main three, Genu, and then it's just like, which Saja you want? Who's left? Pick them.
Yeah, no, I feel like every year there's, like, one hit tweet or I'm sorry, there's, like,
Hmm.
one hit, like, big project that no one saw coming. That was this year's project where,
Yeah.
like, it was just like, "Oh, yeah, there's this new K-pop new we had in Netflix." We're like, "Alright, cool, man. I guess, whatever. I hope people like it." And then, like, a week later, it's like, "Oh, it's the biggest movie that's ever been made." It's like, "Holy shit. Alright. I guess I have to check this out."
They just come up
Um
from their desk with K-pop all over their upper lip. What happened?
I think it's very cool that so many people have got into that community. Like that I've never experienced anything within that community
Yeah.
until this movie came out. I was like, I think it's cool that that community has got so much love from this and so many new fans that are a part of it. I think that's awesome. And obviously, so many sequels are coming, and I think they have a new short coming up soon for Netflix. So
Yeah.
that's all very cool.
It was a good movie,
Um,
man.
All right, that's the end of our news stories here. This was again a slow news week. Maybe next week there'll be more to actually go over. But with that being said, we are going to be transitioning over to our tier list here. So as I get this set up, I mean, what just kind of give me. I know it's a big part of your channel now, so it might be hard to summarize it, but like, what has been kind of your experience with the Hazbin Hotel Hellaverse? Your experience, kind of like where you got started with that, and kind of where we are now with everything.
If I remember right, it was like 2 or 3 weeks before it was going to air. I had like a couple of people, at least that caught my attention. It was like, "Are you going to be reacting to this? Are you going to be reacting to this?" And then my Discord was like, "Are you going to be reacting to this?" And I was like, "I don't know what the hell that is." I had never heard of it in my life before. So I pulled up a trailer and I was like, because I just saw it and like I was like, okay, I'm curious. What is this thing?
Yeah.
And I watched the trailer and I was like, okay, a musical in hell. This looks that's okay. A little raunchy. A little action. We got some crazy angel stuff. I love angel stuff. And I was like, I'll give it a chance. People were like, there's a YouTube pilot, that you can just watch on YouTube or whatever, get a feel for it. And I was like, that's where I started. I was like, okay, I'll watch that. Depending on how I feel about it, will determine if I post it or if we cover it or whatever. And I loved the pilot. I had a lot of fun with it. And then, so I was like, all right, well, we'll give it a go. We'll see what this thing is whenever it drops. And it was massive.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like I didn't expect it to be like what it was. I thought it'd just be kind of like a fun little time. And then I was like, funny enough, like mostly out of selfishness, anytime I recommend something to another reactor is because it's one of two things. Like, dude, I know this is going to do good for the channel. Or I'll be like, I want you to do this so I can watch your reactions now. I texted Greg and I was like, dude, are you guys doing Hazbin Hotel? And he literally replied back, the fuck is that? And then they bum rushed, or they what's the word? They expedited their reactions for that after coming in late for that one. But yeah, it was wild, man. But I loved it. Like the themes, the musical stuff. I love a good musical. I love the action of it, the humor of it. And just like behind all the hee hee ha ha's and all that, it's just got so much like heart and like real stuff. Like especially like when you go into like Angel's story and whatever, and then also like with Lucifer and his depression and stuff like that, and the little things that like it doesn't go into everything. That's one of my kind of maybe the critiques, I guess, of the first season was that I wish we had more time to go into certain things. But then I was just like ended and I was like, I just want more of this world, knowing that there's a spinoff show that came out of it that's all on YouTube. And I was like, well, I'm kind of addicted at the moment. Let me snort some of this shit. So I rode that train out for a couple months after that, man, just trying to like drag it out after that to keep that train going, because I just didn't want to catch up, because then I'd be out of it. And then they I caught wind of Level Up, which is like the con that they've kind of co-opted for themselves in Vegas.
Sure.
It was a gaming and tech convention. And then one year, I think the year prior to Hazbin dropping, was the first time they had a presence there before the show actually came out. And then after it came out, the following April, they were like, well, now we're all going to be there. And it kind of became the Hellaverse con, essentially.
That's cool.
So I caught up on the final 3 episodes I needed to, so I was current with it, so I didn't get spoiled. And lo and behold, they did have the trailer for the next half of the season there. And I was like, oh, thank God. But awesome. Yeah, it's probably my favorite thing I'm involved in at the moment.
That's cool. Yeah, like I would definitely say, from kind of an outsider looking in, like it does feel like you're one of kind of the main big reactors doing the show. Like, it kind of feels like maybe that's kind of what you're known for at this point. Like, it feels like you and Danny Mata are like, oh, they are the Helliverse creators at this point.
Me, Danny, and the Skittle Squad, which would be Wee Lass, Moscow, Elijah from Not So Average Fangirl, and Morgan Terry. I'd say I think they've been in it longer than I have. So, but
fair, yeah.
Me and Danny kind of creeped up into their game.
Just kind of took it over, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, I've talked to Danny. I've met Danny. We've talked about it and stuff like that too. But like I think we kind of jumped into their territory after a minute.
I mean, I think that only helps the fandom. I think, like, that's what you kind of want to see is like the OGs are great, but if no one else is jumping onto it, then a fandom dies. So
yeah, I think like one thing about me and him too, and them as well, is like it's obviously a lot of reaction channels. We talked about this earlier. You have a lot of channels of like, oh, that's a popular thing to react to, so we're just going to kind of go through it, hit it, and then leave it until something else comes up or whatever. And I kind of live in it. So I've met the whole cast at this point, and then we got the interviews with some of the people on Hell of a Boss right now, which is fun. I'm working on scheduling one with the art director and the animation director. We're going to do a twofer.
That's awesome. That's incredible. When the Row Rejects recently posted their Hell of a Boss stuff, I was thinking, did Michael have anything to do with this? And then I saw him literally shout you out at the start, being like, yeah, he did.
I think they came up with the idea to do it anyway, because I can't remember if I had mentioned it. I mean, I'm sure I did at one point. I think after Hazbin at some point, I'm sure I brought it up, but he reached out and was like, was there anything he needed to know going into it? And I was like, I basically just like, I was like, just don't watch the old pilot. Like, it's not necessary. Watch it for your own thing. But I think, their intention is to start with the new one. They want people to kind of not forget it, but like new people to go in with the new pilot and straight into the show.
Sure.
So I said, it was like, it's not necessary. Watch it if your own time, but start with Mission Zero. That's why it's there.
Right.
And then just copyright advice, which is, at least in my experience, like you do whatever the hell you want with it, but they get targeted for all kinds of stuff, which is crazy. I think they try to get like studios and stuff, try to make an example out of them because of the biggest reaction channel or whatever. So I get them being safe with it, but I was like, technically you shouldn't have to do anything.
Right.
But yeah, no, I was excited to hear them. I'm still trying to get Jay and Adam to watch it, but no luck yet.
Maybe someday. But yeah, let's just jump right into this. I tried to get most of the there's probably some I missed. There's probably some, like, you have the like news reporter characters we had in like 1 or 2 episodes. I'm like, I don't need to put on. I was like, and obviously I think you're probably gonna have more knowledge on some of these than myself, who've only seen it, I guess now twice, I guess. But I know you interview the cast and you probably know a lot of the stuff more on hand, I guess. But let's just go through these. The first one, character starts it off, Charlie Morningstar, our lead of this particular show. What's your vibe with this character? Because I know I feel like this character gets a lot of heat sometimes. I feel like this character, a lot of people are just like, I hate Charlie. She's the worst character. I'm like, I like Charlie. I don't know, man.
I think there's only like one character I could say I don't quite care for, but we also just don't know them yet.
No, yeah.
But I can't see through the Fiverr thing. Maybe they're down there, so I'll wait just in case. But as far as Charlie goes, I mean, where do you feel? Where do you stand on it? I feel like there's a lot of, I mean, she's a character that's learning.
Yes.
There's a lot of like room to grow. I love her spirit. I love her optimism, her heart, her voice. Erica's also great.
Yes.
But I'd probably go. There's just so many more interesting characters, I think, in the show. So I'd probably either go like B or A, I think.
Yeah, I was thinking A as well, because I think I do need a lot more from her, and maybe that's going to be a theme through a couple of these characters here, where it's like I'm really curious to see where they go because I think I think she was a very good setup to what her character is going to be, but also I'm like, okay, what are your full motivations? Like, what truly makes you tick? And I think we see bits of it in that first season, but I think there's so many holes in her backstory we just don't know yet. There's so much about her parents and the lore of this world that surrounds her that I think we're purposely not supposed to know until later on. I was thinking A though. I think A is like a. I think she can get here. I think in a couple
I think
seasons
by
time
the
she
end of
could
the
get here.
show, I
Yeah.
think 100% will probably end up as an S.
Yes. Same. Vaggie.
I'm going to go. I'm going to go also A.
Okay.
Because I
Yeah.
like the torn between two worlds things she's got going on, the kind of guilt that you kind of can
Mm,
pick up on, I feel like pretty early on.
yeah.
Because there's also like well, how did they meet or whatever, and why she's so devoted to Charlie. Like it
Sure.
because it goes beyond just that they're a couple at certain points. Like
Yeah.
when she's like I have to get this right for her. Like there's almost like I was like, are you in a relationship or is this your job? I mean, or is it
Right.
both? And it's so like once the reveal came out, it was like there's this like guilt about what she really is,
Mm-hmm.
what she's done. I liked how that all kind of coalesced. I think they did a good job showcasing it, and then her getting her wings back in the end. Though
Yeah.
no, she should have known angelic weapons worked for a long time. That's like probably my biggest
Mm-hmm.
critique of the season, and I think Viv still gets plenty of shit for it. Is like, how did it take them that long? She
Sure.
literally lost her wings and eye because of all of that.
Yeah. No, I really
Maybe
enjoy.
because of that.
I Yeah, I really liked her, especially that first go around. I think that twist hits really hard.
Hmm.
That first one, I was like, holy shit, that's a good reveal. Some of my love for the character also just comes from the voice actress, of course, and that
Yeah,
goes for another character on this list. I love that actress. You know, Brooklyn Nine-Nine and Kanto, love it to pieces. I
Twisted
definitely.
Metal.
I still need to watch Twisted Metal. I need to put it on my list. Um, I need more of her though. I do think that sometimes she does come across a little surface level sometimes.
Hmm.
And she does just like the love interest for Charlie sometimes. But I think when she
Hmm.
shines, did you say you were okay with B then?
Yeah,
Because
yeah, I
okay,
can go with B.
I think I could see B as well. And again, I could also see her eventually getting here. Like there's nothing in season one that would prevent that score for me down the line. Angel Dust.
I hardcore say S.
Yes, same.
Because
100%.
out of everybody, I think we got to know, oddly enough, not even the main character. I feel like we got to know Angel the most out of
Yes.
everybody. At least if we don't have all the details of his life,
Yeah.
we can read it all in his story. And then Poison and the relationship with Valentino, his self-worth and all of that. And it's the crux of I honestly, just the whole season. I mean, honestly, her whole argument hinged on
Yeah.
Angel by
Yes.
the time she
Yeah.
actually gets to heaven and has that conversation is about, and he was the one that was like, I'm just here for free booze and a free place to crash. And then
Yeah.
he became like the impetus for their argument when they actually went up
Yeah.
to plead their case. So like, I don't know. Angel, I think out of everybody in the show got the most actual development.
Agreed. No,
So yeah.
I think Angel's the pretty arguably the best character by a lot for me. Like if I would look at like there's a couple of characters that I might like I think maybe are like cooler characters, and we'll get to them soon. But like, yeah, like I think their growth is the biggest here, and it doesn't feel like, it feels pretty natural as well. Like I think a lot of characters like that sometimes are like sometimes super rushed and sometimes very put together, which sometimes it is for sure, because they have 8 20 or like 8 20-minute episodes to get this done. But yeah, I think her journey, I think episode 4 is the peak of the show, in my opinion. Like that episode with what they do with him and Husk is incredible. Obviously, Poison is a beautiful song, or not beautiful song, but it's, you know, a very powerful song. And then Loser Baby, again, is a beautiful song. And I think the work they do with him is yes, easily S for me as well. I think they deserve that. And they also have a lot of room to grow still. Like they are not fixed. Their arc is not over. I'm excited to see where they continue to be into this next season. Melvs in the chat said, to be fair, her wings were ripped off by a lute with her bare hands. Only her eye was actually cut off. But yeah, point still stands. LMAO.
Yeah. And that's why her wings could grow back. They weren't, it wasn't, the damage wasn't dealt by an angelic weapon.
Sure.
I just wonder, like, why, I have to headcanon, I guess, like, why it took so long for her wings to sprout back. Maybe there's some kind of spiritual hindrance or self-punishment that her soul's kind of doing, because it's not really until she decides what that they actually regenerate. Yeah. But obviously her eye did like come back as a result, so like that's gone. So I can kind of the thought should at least have crossed her mind, I think. But
yeah, I mean,
a little more defensible, I'd say.
I think it makes sense though too, just in the idea of like religion is all about faith and like believing in things. So I guess it makes sense that she has to believe she can first before it can actually happen.
I do believe in fairies. I do.
Sure. Alistair.
I love that smiley little bitch. I love him so much, but we still don't know so much. It's hard to say because, like, I love his screen presence. I love his aesthetic, his creepiness, his comebacks, his everything. But, like, I'm just like, the fuck is your game, boy? What do you want from me?
Yeah.
And I just feel like we're still just barely there. But I still want to say yes, but I don't know. I feel like even though there's so many unknowns, I still want to say S because he steals the show so much. Like, even though we don't know a lot, every Alistair moment is iconic.
Yes. I think Angel Dust is the most well-written character so far and has the most growth. Alistair is my like favorite character to watch on screen. Like, and again, like you said, there is just, we know nothing. Like, we know a potential backstory for it, a vague potential backstory that we got with, I'll look at their name later, in like, what, episode 5, but like, that's kind of it. But I love to see him just, that energy and that style is so much fun to watch on screen, and he'll be actively like torturing people and I'll be like, let's go, this is awesome.
But I feel like everything is a chess move.
Yeah,
that for whatever his end game is.
I need, like, I think season 2 I assume will go much deeper in, because it feels like there's going to be a lot of lore happening in season 2.
I'm still hanging on for Alistair to be the series big bad.
Yes, by the end, he's our Thanos in season 27. It's like, oh my god. Husk.
I'm gonna go Husk. I love Husk. I love him. He's a vibe. We don't know Husk that well.
Yeah.
Outside of his
little bit in Loser Baby, that's kind of it for him, unfortunately.
Him and Nifty, I feel like we know the least of as far as like the main tenants. But he's there's so much potential there. Like
Yeah.
we got a little bit of his backstory, like in the song about his time, as an overlord. He also claims to have traded his soul to keep his power, but
Yeah.
seemingly doesn't have
Have
any
power.
powers, seemingly. So I'm like, I need a lot more husks. So
Yes.
I'm going to go see, and I might catch
Okay.
some flack for that.
Ooh. I don't know if I love Husk or if I love Keith David's voice.
I mean, that's valid.
And just Loser Baby too, I think gives him like 1,000,000 points, because if you take out Loser Baby, unfortunately, and this is nothing on the character, he's kind of a nothing character in season 1. Like, that was the like, okay, we need to give him something here. We have Keith David, we have to give him a beautiful ballad that he can sing. I can settle for C. I was thinking B, but I can settle for C, I think.
It's one of mostly for variety.
We can also move him around if we think, oh, if he's next to, I don't know, someone we don't love, we can always move him around if we want. You already talked about her a little bit. Nifty.
I'm gonna also go C.
Yeah.
Just because she's delightful. She's eerie. She's funny. But like, as far as like a character, I desperately need more.
She's not
like
and like, I hate to say, she's not a character yet, right? She's just kind of, unfortunately, just there. And I like her there. She's a good addition. I think she adds a lot of that like comedy relief that sometimes is needed for a scene. But she's just there right now, and I definitely need more.
I agree.
Yeah. C. I think C's fine. Let's see what they do in season 2. Serpentious.
I'm gonna go B, I think.
Okay.
Because I think he, like with Vaggie, he's got enough of like a journey and an arc throughout the season, at least, even though we kind of hit that cusp pretty early, I think, in the season, from where it also helps that the pilot is very Pinch's forward as well. So we got to go into the season with a little bit of his background and him and Cherry and stuff like that. And then there's the whole thing between him and the group and him kind of fitting in that I really enjoyed, him finding a place because he really didn't have one.
Yeah.
And he was always trying to like fight for territory. So he was always trying to force himself into situations and ownership or whatever. And him kind of going from that and then sacrificing himself in the end for everybody. Like it was a really damn good arc overall, but it's, again, like a lot of things in the show, I wish we kind of got a little bit more.
Yeah.
And we will. And thankfully for season 2, we're going to be definitely getting some more Pinches. So
I definitely think that middle-ish of the show, I wish we kind of got a couple of these little, like, I don't know, budget and stuff like that. Obviously, you had what you worked with, and that's what you got, obviously. But like, I kind of wanted a couple like fillerish kind of episodes just to grow out some of these characters a bit more. And I think Serpentious's like death is good. I like it, but I think would have hit a little harder if I just spent a little bit more time with him as actual part of the group. Because it's like, okay, we spent a little bit of time getting him there to be like to redeem himself, and then it's kind of done. We don't actually get to see a lot of that like redemption itself, I feel. Outside of obviously his sacrifice at the end, obviously. With like Angel Dust, I feel like we actually see it on screen. Like we're actively seeing what they're doing to redeem themselves. I'm curious. Again, I watched the trailer, but I didn't like analyze it. I'm curious how much of season 2 he's in. I know he's in the trailer, but I'm curious, like, does he have a whole plot light up in heaven? Or kind of what they're doing there will be interesting. I bet you might know some stuff I don't. I'm not sure. But I think B is fine. I would agree with that. I think that's fair. Let me read a couple of these really quickly. Melv's back with anything other than S for Alistair is objectively wrong. Oh my gosh.
You're not incorrect, but we don't have an SS.
We don't have an SS.
Thank God.
Not gonna lie, I think Alistair is more complex, but also a lot more straightforward than people think. Okay.
I
I
can
think
kind of get behind that, but okay, sorry.
oh no, you're good. I think Alistair's character arc is gonna be very different. Ain't no way Homeboy is the final boss of the show, despite his whole thing. I strongly believe he's not the actual villain. All right, well, I guess we'll see.
See,
See
like
where this goes.
I'll be fine either way
Mm-hmm.
because I could enjoy a story where, despite what he wants, maybe and his like snubbery of the idea of redemption maybe
Mm-hmm.
winds up uh
Redeeming. Yeah.
ironically becoming redeemed by the end of it in some way.
Yeah.
Maybe not even fully redeemed, but like not he seems to be on a power quest. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
in some way, shape, or form. And I feel like there's also a pretty strong because like Melv said, I think there's like, he's a lot more straightforward, but he's also always calculating. I think he's
Yeah.
honest when it benefits him in a lot of ways. And I think he does care in his own way about certain things. But I think it's
Sure.
one of those situations where I think his goal will supersede any of his feelings at certain point.
Mm.
So it just
Sure.
depends on what in the end becomes the thing he values the most. Will it be the people along the way, or will it be,
His end goals. Yeah.
yeah, and what
It's
will he
tough.
choose in the end? I would like to see a sinner, a human soul, usurp the strongest beings in hell. I think that would be
Yeah.
really cool. Like if that's kind of why I kind of would like that, because if he is on this trajectory, he is under someone else's thumb, depending on who that is. There's
Mm.
many theories on who that is. Obviously,
Yeah.
it would be somebody more powerful than him.
Right.
And then you have people like Lucifer, you have heaven, you have the angels above that are governing all of
Lilith.
that and
Yeah.
all that. And for a human to like be the ultimate threat to everything,
That would be
I
interesting.
think
Yeah.
that would be super cool.
That'd be interesting. Yeah, I think it's tough when talking about him because I feel like we still have not seen the real Alistair. Like everything we've seen is
Right.
a face. It's what he wants people to see. There's that line
Mm-hmm.
at like the last couple episodes where like, oh, like a smile can mean everything. It's like your most
Yep.
powerful tool, and it's like, yeah, that's kind of your whole thing, isn't it, bud? Like I
That's why
definitely
like
think
when he
that's
shows his demon form, it's his face is stitched into a smile, so he can't not
mhm.
smile. He doesn't want anybody to know.
That's fascinating.
So he's the biggest mystery, I
Um,
think.
Okay, those are all of our like series regulars, and now we're going into more of the supporting characters, the little egg boys.
Hey man,
I debated if I wanted to put them on there.
I love the Egg Boys. I love them to death. They're funny. They're great. But they're just a punchline, man. They're just
They're
a
there,
joke.
yeah.
I'm gonna have to say D.
Fair. Would you say that they're just there to crack you up?
Hey, yep. I love it.
You already mentioned him a couple seconds ago, but Lucifer.
He's my favorite. He's my
Yeah.
little short king. He's my favorite character aesthetically, vocally, all of it. But I can't give him an S. He's my
Okay.
favorite character, but I feel like I can't necessarily give him an S yet because of how I
Yeah.
think just because of how little he was used in the
Sure.
show. Um, and we can speculate about certain things that we don't have confirmation on, let alone like what he's actually been doing in this gap since he's isolated himself, other than make ducks. Maybe he was exclusively making ducks. Like, how does he feel during that time? Why did him and Lilith split? Like, what's going on? What was the sit down actually like? Because there's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
there's the illusion. Well, not the illusion too. We got the confirmation that he allowed the exterminations to happen. So like, there's a lot of things we haven't seen yet. He's going to be living at the hotel. So
Yes.
I,
I'm
I'm
excited for season
expecting
2 with them.
I'm expecting a lot more Lucifer in
Yeah.
this upcoming season. So I'm excited to kind of dive into that. And with Lilith being I think what Viv said at one point was that story is going to take multiple seasons to unravel. So I think as we unravel her story, we'll probably also be unraveling Lucifer's. I mean, they're the progenitors of the world the show takes place in. So to unravel the world's secrets, you kind of got to unravel them together, and you can't really do that just outright, I don't think. So I'm gonna say A.
A. I think A is fair. Yeah. I
think like with Charlie, I think we got a good sense of his character, but there's a lot of headroom.
There's a lot of there's a lot to uncover. I think I think that goes for like most of these characters, where it's like I like where they are, but I need more. I need to.
Because I think like unlike Vaggie and Pinchas, I think like he's got that Alistair quality, but he's not quite Alistair enough to be an S. But like he in every scene he's in takes the scene, and that's why I love Hell's Greatest Dad, because they're fighting to take the scene. The scene stealer he has competition for the first time. And they're literally fighting over Charlie's attention and our attention. So, but there's just significantly more of everybody else. So it just kind of beats back. Plus, Jeremy Jordan, that freaking voice. Give me more Win all day long.
It was bothering me the first time I watched it. I was like, I know the voice. I know it. Who is the voice?
Yeah, the second I heard him, I was like, God, why is that so familiar? And I was like, because we heard him sing on Supergirl.
Yeah, on my other show where I talk about a lot of these shows a lot more, Taz is over there, and like I told Taz, I was like, all right, there's the character or the actor who plays Lucifer was in the Arrowverse. Can you guess who it is? He's like, I don't know. Well, maybe it's Neil McDonald or David Ramsey. I was like, nope, it's Win.
It would have to be a singer.
Well, I mean, he didn't know that.
Oh, okay, I guess fair. I mean, I guess for us, it was like, okay, who was in the musical episodes?
Yeah, dude, sure.
A dream. And I don't think they would be. Viv will definitely go for people who are more traditionally Broadway, given her love and infatuation for that style of storytelling or whatever. But like a dream get for me, I mean, would be if we had Grant play a character, or Jesse L. Martin.
Yeah.
Either one of them they would be on my dream team. Because also like Jesse L. Martin, man, the first time I saw him was on the X-Files, where he also sang in that episode. So
incredible. Yeah. I mean, Arrowverse had a lot of Broadway people. Like they loved their Broadway. Alrighty. Cherry Bomb.
C for Cherry Bomb. Because like the same, like she's got that screen presence, she's got that fun vibe and energy, but she's there to support everybody else.
Yes,
almost in the same capacity, I'd say, as Husk and Nifty. While not a resident, they have a kind of like, I feel like they provide the similar function. And honestly, she's a counterbalance to Husk when she's like the devil and he's the angel and Angel's shoulder at the bar. Yes. I'll put them all. Honestly, that whole trio is all involved in Angel's bar shenanigans. Because Pinchas was doing Pinchas's thing, but they all played an active part in Angel's arc at that little outing. Because it was Nifty that incited the whole standing up to Valentino bit too.
Yeah, I think Cherry's just kind of been there for me, I think, so far. Like I think I like her because of the Serpentious bit that we do towards the end that cracks me up. Just the like, I'm buying a drink for everybody, like that. It's a great bit, and I love Serpentious and his just like his forthcomingness with it. But yeah, I think on her own, I was like, I don't really like. It seems like she's a much bigger part of season 2. It seems like maybe she's at the hotel in season 2. We'll see. But maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'll learn to love her. We'll see. But yeah, I think C. I think C works. Adam.
I'll let you lead this one. I've led the last couple.
Okay. I love hating Adam. I hate this son of a bitch, but I'm so happy when he's on screen. I think he's kind of similar to Alistair for me, where it's like, but like even worse, where I'm like, I hate Adam. Like he is a horrible person, but I think,
but he's so hilarious.
He's so funny. His Hell is Forever is up there in songs for me. I that is such a bop. And the whole time I'm like, oh, what the fuck, man, this guy sucks. But it's like, you're kind of winning me over. Like he's a fun character to watch on screen. He's very like Eobard Thawne to me, where it's like,
oh yeah, I can see that,
but I love watching you, kind of thing. How about you?
I'm thinking A for Adam.
Okay. Yeah. I like that.
Because
because he's no Angel Dust or Alistair, but yeah.
And he's while not, well, I don't know, man. He is a little bit of a scene stealer in his own right, but he's just got he's so much fun to watch. He's one, not even kinda. He's definitely one note, but like that note is such a good note. And I can listen to it the entire damn time. And plus, it's Alex Brightman. So
yes, yeah.
Then again, so is Pentious, but I mean, Adam is just his regular resting voice.
So. Yeah. I think I also just like love his like need to be right, or like need to be authentic to him. Like he'll fuck up like situations because he just wants to be right and he wants to like have it his way.
I mean,
like
based on what we learned, it's not outright confirmed, but like you can allude in the way that in the conversation between Sarah and him, like he convinced her to initiate the exterminations, which, I mean, just that, it just feels like all of this that started this inciting incident all stems from his jealousy and need to strike back at what Lucifer kind of did to him. I feel like it just all plays into his vanity, I think. And I mean, oddly enough, it's what's kicks all of this in motion. He creates the threat in general. Had they never done that, hell wouldn't be rising up.
Which, I mean, goes all the way back to like the like biblical shit. Where it's like, it's always kind of been you starting shit, man. Like it's always kind of been on you. So like it makes sense that even in death he's still doing this stuff.
Yeah.
So do you think he's back for season 2? Like, do you think? Like, I know they've teased.
I think he's dead.
You think he's dead? Okay.
I think I would love, it would go against the lore they set up.
Okay.
But again, I think to like bring him back. Well, I mean, what we know of it, at least. I mean, it could be wrong, right? We could learn something different. He could, because he's the first man, he's an angel.
Right.
Maybe angelic shit works on demons differently, because it perma kills demons. So there's an argument could be made they could be flexible with that. And I would love to have seen him ironically reborn as a sinner, the thing he hates. I think that would have been a cool way to go if they did want to do that. But I think based on what I saw in the trailer, I think we're going to keep him dead.
Keep him dead. All right. I mean, I love having consequences for character death, so I'm also fine with that. Loot.
It's tough, man.
Yeah, it is.
She's got a little bit of that Adam energy where she's just so like off the wall in a different kind of way, with just how violent she is and hateful, and like she's a good foil for Adam. But like I don't know, man. I wish there was like a B+, because I think I'm feeling like B. I think she's going to shine real hard in this upcoming season.
Yes.
Like if we were ranking the Bs, I'd put her ahead of Vaggie, to be honest.
Okay. Interesting. I think I like her with what I think they're doing next season. I think it's kind of where I'm at, where it's like I'm so excited for her potential and a lot of like the fan stuff I've seen, and there's sometimes I forget that that's not canon, and that's kind of the stuff the fans talk about. Like there's a fan song with her, and I'm like, oh, this is so much fun. It's like, oh wait, that's not
or
that never
mistaking
actually
someone's
happened.
headcanon for what might be happening or whatever. I'm like, oh, that's really cool. I hope that happens. But I think I would be good in B because she's Adam's Vaggie. So in A, we got Adam and Charlie, who are on opposite ends of the spectrum in the same slot. Vaggie and Lute are kind of their generals, right? And their story is intertwined. So
but again,
I think B fits.
B fits, and I'm so excited for her, just her vengeance arc. Like, imagine Vaggie if Charlie died. It'd be like, holy shit, all right, this is going to be... I don't want her dead, obviously, but, like, that would be fascinating, and I'm excited to see them play with that. Sarah.
I feel like more than anybody, she's probably going to end up being maybe one of the more complex characters given her station and where she's at and what she thinks she knows. I think there's a lot of potential, but we don't.
There's not a lot right now.
It's all speculation. So like right now, I have to say D. I think.
Ooh. Yeah, I mean, I love that song. I love that the song from episode 5, 6, no 6. Yeah, that's I think my favorite song from the whole show, and I love, and maybe it kind of goes more into like the Emma side of things, but it's just like, well, if hell is forever, then heaven must be a lie, and like that whole aspect of it, I think is some of the most fascinating parts of the show, and just like that sacrifice to do what be done is fascinating to me. It's like, okay, what did you think you were fully accomplishing by this? Like Adam clearly manipulated your train of thought, or kind of manipulated his way into this whole situation. I need more. There just simply wasn't enough, though. I'll say that.
And we're gonna be getting it because like we see. Well, I mean, like there's an interpretation because we don't know exactly what we see, but like that image of her in the trailer walking through the bodies of slayed angels and demons. I think she's never seen it for herself, and maybe that's her way of what have we been doing, and then reconciling with her actions and decisions. I think she's going to be, like I said, I think once we start to allow her some time to not just be there for one episode for not even the entirety of it, I think she'll probably skyrocket up that list at some point. I think at some point all these people are going to be fighting for S's by the end of it, but but like right now with what we have,
it also seems like there's so many new characters next season, so it seems like it's going to be like, all right, all these characters now are going to be risen, and then all these new ones that we have to develop. And to the point, I hope they can balance it all with such a short amount of runtime. Same runtime as season 1, it seems. So
they said that some of the episodes might be longer.
Oh, cool,
how much so? I don't know, but it from what I've seen so far, the average episode is a little bit longer, but the way they talked about it was, I mean, not much longer, but it's like they implied that some of them might be longer than other episodes. So I'm kind of curious what the longest episode is even going to look like, because I mean, longer can be subjective. Yeah, it's like 2020, 2 hours.
It's in theater. No, that's fair. All right, next up here we have Emily.
I feel like even in the short amount of time we had Emily, I think she definitely shined more than Sarah.
Yeah.
So I would just like her interactions with Charlie, her optimism, her design, her energy, her contribution to the song, and kind of being on our side. Like I feel like she got to pop into the spotlight in such a short amount of time, quite well. So I'd confidently put her at C, I think.
Yeah. Again, I'm excited to get more. Like
Yeah.
I need. I think especially her and Charlie already have such a cool, like, I don't know, friendship, I guess, if you will, or like alliance. I'm so
Kindred
fascinated
spirit.
about.
They have a very
And I
strong
could
kindred spirit.
Yeah, and I feel like they could kind of both be this, like, the like next generation cleaning up the sins of the parents kind of idea. Where it's like, okay, Charlie's dealing with what happened with her father and whatever the heck her mother's doing, and now her mother, Emma's mother, is doing all sorts of stuff that she also has to clean up, and them coming together to make a new. I think that could be a really cool narrative if done correctly. I wasn't sure if I even wanted to put this one on the list. St. Peter.
If there, I know there's some St. Peter stands out there, and I don't get it. But
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have anything lower than D, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna. I think D. I mean, he sings the song and he's gone, but he's going to be a main character, at least a main supporting character in season 2.
In season
so
2. Yeah.
a lot of the angels are going to be season 2.
Yes.
So I'm excited to spend more time in heaven, because I think we're going to be I think there's going to be a more healthy divide from the perspectives, especially since we have somebody on the inside.
Yes.
With Penchus to follow up on, at least. And I think it'll be based on what we've seen. I think we'll be bridging that gap pretty early on, I think. But I'm excited, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I like his song. That's all I can say. Like, it's a pretty voice.
Welcome to heaven. Ow. Dude, if that comes on, I have to over exaggerate his like boy bandisms to a disgusting amount.
Yeah, I love. I don't know why. I love when he's like looking at the list and he's like, "Yeah, I'm Morningstar." It's like, "Oh fuck," and it's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I thought this was heaven, bro. You can just say fuck, all right." And that goes.
Adam's
like,
there somehow. That just goes down to their like weird, superficial, non-existent understanding of what actually gets you in.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
What was Melv's comment above that one? Because I think that was a follow-up.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. He's going to be a cringy, awkward bean who sprouts the most unholy, horrible insults you've ever heard in your life. If anyone managed to actually piss him off, that's the vibe I get. Gotcha.
Oh yeah, if you manage to get him to break his smile, he just will become vile.
Yes.
That'd be fun.
All right. Next we have Rosie. I was like, what's her name? Rosie. From episode 7. 7? Yes, 7. Again, now we're on the more like smaller role characters, I feel like.
I want to say C. Like in a very Emily kind of way. Like,
yeah,
she had a very pivotal, informative role with Charlie's like comfortability with what she needs to do. Like the whole like sit down with her, like despite obviously, being a cannibal, she's like the mom Charlie doesn't have right now. And I like that a lot. Plus her like whole like vibe, her voice, the design. Yeah, I'm pretty comfortable with C, I think.
Yeah, I think I Are you reading that comment?
Yeah.
This one? Yeah. I don't know. Maybe we can revisit once we're all done here. But I really like I think she worked for the situation we needed her for, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
we needed someone to give Charlie the pep talk, and it is a beautiful scene that I think they give to her. And just this idea of like, well, isn't your hotel meant to redeem people? Why don't you let the person you care about the most be redeemed? And like, I was like, oh man, this works very well. I think I'd like more of her. I don't know if we are or not, or if it was.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'm also very curious about Alistair and her dynamic, because it seems like they have a deep history. It feels like it almost feels like she knows Alistair more than most people have up until this point. So, like, what's their history like, I guess?
It's a good segue into the next one.
Oh, it sure is. Next up we have Mimsy.
I
feel
wish
like
there was a
Mimsy's either
Mimsy
S or-
tier.
I feel like Mimsy is either S or D. I feel like there's no in between. She's
Watch
either
her
the best
end up
character
being
or the
like the
worst.
scene. Like by the end of the show, watch us all be like, "Oh, Mimsy is the greatest character."
She's the best. She's our new Iron Man to our Thanos that just wins the whole day, kills kills Alistair.
I am Mimsy. I mean D. I mean, I got nothing. I mean,
Well, I say S.
she barely served her function. She ruined one of the greatest songs in the show. I wish I could edit. There's a version of that where she doesn't interrupt it.
That's my favorite. I fucking love that part.
I love the belt. She's got a great belt, but she fucked up my song.
Fair.
I don't know. The more we get to, like with Rosie, though, I do think the more we get to know Alistair, she'll probably come back around in a big bad way.
Yeah.
Because it's like two very different counterpoints. I think coming back to Husk and Cherry Bomb for like Angel, almost, because like we've got Alistair kind of on his own trajectory, but from what we've seen of his life, like Mimsy's, she hasn't changed. Like she's like she came in trying to do the same thing she's always been doing. She was kind of taken aback when he put his foot down. Given, I think, because he had to put his foot down because of his deal that he's under. But then Rosie's kind of the other side of that, where they have that crossover from both being cannibals, but to where she's actually compassionate in a way. So she feels like two sides of the same coin for Alistair in some way. So I think eventually we're going to get more Mimsy, and who knows what will land in the future. But she can get the fuck out of my stuff right now.
Song. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see her come full circle and eventually actually want to change and want to be better, outside of just like clearly just using people to get what
I
she
like
wants.
Susan more than I like Mimsy.
Well, we'll get to Susan. All right. Where were we? Look at my notes. Sorry, Valentino.
The thing is, I love Joel, and I love his design, and he's just evil.
Oh yes, yes.
The fact that he's so evil and he's so dumb at the same time, and also so baby girl, I hate it.
I really struggle. I really struggle ranking characters like this. We did a Walking Dead character ranking last year, and I really struggled with the governor, because we ranked him S, but I was like, I don't love this character. Like, I hate this character, but he's like a well-written character. Not saying this is a well-written character, but like that's the struggle I have, where it's like they are bad. They are a bad character. But the point is that they are supposed to be a terrible, horrible, bad character, and you're supposed to be. That's the point of their character. I don't know. Where are you thinking? Are you thinking? Ooh.
I honestly, I want to say B.
Okay. Yeah.
I love the pain.
Yeah.
What are you thinking? Higher? Or
Yeah.
you're just like the fuck, or what?
I
Or
don't.
lower?
You know what? I think B is actually a good spot because
B for
like
bitch.
I think that works because yes, I don't like them, but I think they serve a very important role in season 1 with
And
Angel's arc.
hey, he's a bastard, but he's a fabulous, fabulous bastard.
Yes.
And when he's there, he definitely steals, like chews up the scenery, you know. And I do like fear when he like gets mad.
Sure.
I get
Yeah.
worried about what's going to happen, and
Yeah.
it's more of a presence than I think we can even get from some of our main cast because he feels
Mhm.
like a lot like because he is a problem
Sure.
for everybody else a little bit more. So there's a weight because of the subject matter and the
Yeah.
threat level, and then there's all the other bubbly things that distract you from all of those
Mhm.
things. That I don't know. So I think all around pretty well rounded.
He is a very scary villain. Like I think
Hmm.
what is it, episode 6 when like they're at the same bar as him and like uh what's her face is kind of heading towards him being like, "Oh, what's this?" And that like that protectiveness of like, "No,
Yeah.
no, no, please don't." Like there's genuine fear there from us and also the
Hmm.
characters with Angel does being like, "Please don't do that." And I think that
And
eventual
that was
moment when he goes down, I think that will happen eventually. That's going to be very satisfying to see that
yeah,
happen.
because
Um,
we gotta get Angel free of that contract.
yes, 100%. Melv says Valentino feels scarier than Lucifer's not scared. Like at this point in time, he's just a bubbly little guy, and I bet we'll see it at some point. I think we'll see that really come out. But Lucifer's just a homie right now.
Yeah.
Melv's also said he looks so good while being an evil bitch. Melv said, "Oh boy," that pause. All right, this is the one. My name. I will trip her name up. Is it
Velvet.
Velvet? Is Velvet?
Yeah,
Okay,
Velvet.
Velvet. Okay.
Um, I I hate having to like because I'm like someone's going to have a thought. I
Good
have
flip
to
this.
say C,
Okay,
just because out of the V's, she's the one we
she's
don't
the worst.
get.
Yeah.
She doesn't. She has her moment to shine when she's like battling and pressing back against Camilla, and
Mm-hmm.
she's sassy, man. And her designs, because she more than everybody else changes so many outfits throughout. But character wise, she's just kind of that sassy bitch. Like while there's a pathos to Val and there's a pathos to Vox, we don't
Yeah.
really know her. Out of
Yeah.
the V's, she's the one we know the least, I think. And why,
Mm-hmm.
other than maybe power or influence, where she fits into the mold, other than their social media gal. But she is such a vibe. But like you know, with them being the center of this next season, I'm excited to get
I
more of her.
I think almost out of everyone, she's the one where I ended the season being like, I don't know you. I don't
Yeah.
know who you are. Like you had an incredible song, but like I don't know who you are. Like to the point I didn't know her name. Out of all these characters, she's the one where I'm like, which one? You know, which one's this? So I want more from her.
Oh,
But what for that
sorry.
comment?
Yeah,
Is that what
I
you're reading?
that prompted a thought.
Honestly, she's going to get interesting when we get more into why hell she promotes the love potion so much.
I had
Interesting.
a twisted, messed up thought, but I
Oh
mean, it's
no.
how the industry kind of works. I'm sure with the social media stuff, she probably is the one that targets people. I mean, I'm sure Val probably does as well, but like she with the love potion aspect of it, because if you're in a hell of a boss, the love potions, I mean, hell, the sin of lust is against those because
Sure.
it breaks consent. and he refuses to put them out, like Osmodeus.
Yeah.
Like, there's like love potions. We don't do that here. And if she's promoting that so much, it's probably a part of their whole fucking machine they have going on between her, Val, and Vox in this disgusting media. Ugh. God, no. Like, it just, it literally made my skin crawl reading that comment, because then it all kind of started to click. And I'm making it darker and more real and rooted than it might end up being, but like, that's kind of how shit happens. She may be a trafficker for all we know. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm definitely excited to dive more into their, like, just their dynamic as a trio.
Thank you, Melvs. I'm gonna have nightmares.
Like, just their dynamic as a whole, and like what makes them tick, and like what's their lore in general. Because like all three of them, I was like, I want more of out of. I guess.
Yeah, like how did they meet? How did they form?
How did they operate? Yeah. Like, we know Alistair was almost part of that crew at one point in time. So like, was that before the three of them all joined together or after? Be interesting. And then the final bit of their trio, Vox.
Oh, A.
Villain of next season, it seems.
A. His vibe, his presence, the voice, his songs. He was barely in the show compared to the rest. I mean, we got more Val, I think, than Vox screen time wise, if I remember right.
Yes,
but like every time he was there, man, like he just, the design, his cadence, his beef with Alistair, the promise of what's to come, and hell, just what we saw in the trailer. Has me.
I'm excited for that.
Excited. Yeah. And electricity capes. Let's go. Give me one. I want one.
Yeah, I think I like this character a lot. I think mainly because of his connection with Alistair, though. Like, I think Alistair helps him a lot, in my opinion, and just like the fascinating bits of their rivalry and their dynamic. And that song is, again, incredible. Like, that's such a fun song. But Alistair's bits, especially when you're like zooming in on him and the like corruptedness of it, it's like, holy shit! All right.
Yeah, I think in the same way that I kind of like mirror Charlie and Adam for the A spot. I'd kind of say Vox is the opposite spectrum mirror for Lucifer in the season.
Oh, sure. Yeah. No, I'm excited to see him as what I assume is the main villain of season 2, based on the trailer. Like, it seems like he is building this empire, and now that people know the truth of what can happen to angels, it's like, oh, okay, let's get this done. Let's send this our way. And I am excited for that, like, middle ground of our characters. I think our main group is like almost that middle piece of like the two wars that are brewing, and kind of having a connection on both sides and being like, how do we stop another war from brewing, and keep as many souls safe as we possibly can. Let me go through a couple of these comments. They've sent a couple here, so I want to make sure I know where to start. Right here. Honestly, the only reason the V's haven't had their ass handed to them is because the Sins stick to their own rings.
Yeah, I feel like I would. Obviously, we can't have it anytime soon. Maybe season 3 at best, assuming Valentino survives season 2. I really would love a confrontation between Osmodeus and him.
Be cool. Oh, you're welcome. Happy to fight nightmares. Velvet definitely wasn't a part of the picture until much later. She probably's been dead for a short time, especially compared to old man Vox.
Yeah,
she's basically
that's a really good point.
She definitely feels very Gen V coded, for sure.
Yeah, so
Gen Z. Sorry, been watching too much boys.
I wonder, do we? I mean, Melvs might know more than I do, because there's a lot of outside of universe pitfalls to find lore just from all of Viv's like live streams and stuff. Do we have?
Right.
We know when Alistair died. We know when Vox died.
Okay.
Do we know when Valentino died? Is what I would kind of pose to Melfs in the chat. I feel like Melfs might know.
Yeah.
But yeah, like she is the youngest in the group, and maybe even the youngest in the show compared to the centers we've seen.
Right.
So I mean, going back to like what was that initial like group looking like when they formed the V's, when he initially approached Alistair for it, like who was even around or involved at that point? There's some fun stuff, I think. I mean, I just can't wait for them to. Again, it just goes back to I just want more of the shit.
More, yeah. No, and I do actually really like that idea that it could be more like Gen Z coded, because it's like I feel like Gen Zs are so born with a phone in their hand and born with like marketing tools ingrained into their souls by the minute they're born. So it makes sense you would easily control a world of all these kind of old souls who don't really know how to run. They know how to run businesses, obviously. I'm not trying to say that, but like it feels like there's that like new age marketing tactic.
Oh my god, they're Vox News. Controlling the elders.
Yeah, Vox, my boy. A radiostatic backstory, please. Okay. I hope is forced into joining
Vox. There's a correction after
that.
Okay,
gotcha. I hope Vox is forced into joining the hotel after being defeated at the end of the season. Not gonna lie, I'd cried if they could. That'd be interesting. We'll see. Okay. We have what two left here. We're in our final two. The last one was a repeat, so I can't put Lucifer in there twice. Alrighty, we have Carmine, I think is how you say her name.
I kind of want to say B, because she has like such a powerful presence. She's in a lot of the show more so than a lot of the other supporting characters that come up. Like she's roped into the plot because she kills the angels.
Yeah.
Like she's the one that does all that, but she also has like a lot of depth. Like we still don't necessarily know exactly what her and Zestral's relationship is, because it's definitely like outside of the overlords there. They have something going on inside. I don't know if it's romantic or just like really deeply platonic. And then her daughters. And like that's kind of the root of it all. So she's thematically really linked in with everything. As much as she's like a gun runner, she like is trying to protect her family and stuff like that. Like her duet with her and Vaggie is one of my favorites, I think, in the show as well. And plus, she's just a fucking step on me, please.
My god, yeah. I think on my first run of it, I didn't really get her, and I think on this most recent kind of go through of it, I was like, okay, I'm getting it a little bit. I do like the bits of like, okay, I killed the angel because I was tired of seeing my people hurt, but then not wanting to start the war because of how many of her people would then get hurt, and that like resistance.
That's why she tried to cover it up.
Yeah, and that like resistance to join that final fight and to help, because she knew what was coming and she knew what could be at stake, and like I do really like that stuff, on at least on a retrospective look.
Yeah,
I think
she's especially got like I think she's still very much so keeping things at a distance on some level still, and I'm excited. I'm curious to see if she's going to become more involved, but like that whole training sequence with her and Vaggie, it's like, I won't fight your fight, but I'll teach you how to fight it for yourself. Was really cool.
Yeah.
So she definitely stands out. Anyway, whatever. I was going to do another, almost in a Valentino kind of way, where it's not a lot, but their short little times we get is like really strong.
Yeah. And then what is her figure this season too is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Now that they're seemingly like a full-on war against heaven, where does she side with it all?
I mean, there's depending on how much it escalates, there's a point where she can't stay on the sideline anymore, and that's what they warned her about. It's like, hey, eventually, this is going to be all of our problems.
Yeah.
So I want to see what she does once it gets to that point.
Sure.
Or if that point's like at her door, like maybe it hasn't gotten to that point, but then it's just like, oh, this is inevitable kind of thing.
Yeah, like it does seem like we're going almost like the other foot maybe this season, where it's like season 1 was trying to protect heaven from hell. Oh no, protect hell from heaven, and now it seems like I might be the other foot of like, oh no, we've gone too far, and then now we have to maybe stop.
Because now it's
hell from
Vox
going to
just
heaven.
trying to be like, oh, we can do this, and he wants to go up there and he wants to do it,
take over.
So
yeah,
now it's almost like,
we've gone too
maybe
far.
not.
This is not what we wanted.
Yeah.
That is, that's gonna be fascinating. And then the best character on the whole show, Susan.
I was gonna say, I was like, where's the triple S?
Yeah, let's just
S for Susan. Really though, I don't want to put her in D. But like,
yeah,
I feel like we have to.
Yeah.
But like, the top of the list.
Okay.
Susan.
I mean, I think she's another one where it's either
Can we make another tier that's just Susan?
I can't on here as a temporary.
How dare you?
I know. I'm sorry. I mean, I can leave her right here. Oh wait, no, wait, that's below her. I'm sorry. Oh well.
That's fine.
That's fine. I mean, now that we have the whole list, are we regretting any of our choices here?
I
would argue maybe Sarah move up slightly.
That's what I was looking at.
Like I like her more than anyone in D right now.
Yeah. I was just thinking like with us putting Velvet in C that I feel like that Sarah also there's the same argument can be made.
Yeah.
I feel okay. I do feel better about that.
Yeah. Yeah, and then like C I think is all like we like them on the surface, we need more. And then B is all really good, but still needs improvement. Like still needs a little bit more. So I think that works. I think that works in our favor. Yeah. I that's it for our tier list. This is it. Of course, let us know what your thoughts are on this list. Make sure to clip all these scenes and cancel Omni on TikTok.
Bring it on.
No, it was as I reset to our normal layout here. Omni, it was an absolute pleasure as I guess I can't say as always since this is your first time on the show, but it was an absolute pleasure having you on the show, my friend. Where can we find you, man? What are you working on? I assume everyone watching this already knows you. They know what you're up to. But just in case someone's been living under some prehistoric rock, where can we find you? What you're working on? Anything you want to shout out and promo?
Well, Omni Media everywhere. And the I in Omni is a 1. It's not Omni One Media, as some people mistakenly say. It's my own fault, though, for making a wonky ass name. But anyway, I mean, we got season 2 of Hazbin Hotel next week, ready to go, locked and loaded. I got to get back to editing Gravity Falls, which we're in the middle of. We're almost done with the first season.
So excited.
Well, on Patreon we are. I think episode 11 is going to be coming out on the channel tomorrow. And then we just wrapped up Gen V. We got Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. doing my Halloween watch for scary movies and whatnot. What else do we got? Oh, Young Royals we're watching right now.
Yeah. You have a pull up on your Patreon right now, right? To replace Young Royals.
For what's going to be picking up after that, because over there we're almost done with season 3, so I gotta figure that out. I don't know. This is in the running between 2 shows right now, so pretty much like looking at Yeah, so go vote.
Go vote.
Yeah. Other than that, we got Stranger Things later in the year, Fallout Season 2. Yeah, I try to cover everything to a detriment to
A
my
lot.
health.
I don't know how you do it. You are I like you watch more than I do, and I don't make reaction videos, so I don't know how you do it. But
I
yes,
don't sleep.
well, go check out his stuff. Amazing content. Huge fan. There was a point where I'm like, you're watching all my favorite shit. Like you're watching Agents of Shield and the Owl House, and now Gravity Falls, and oh my gosh, a lot of really great stuff. Yeah, go check out his stuff. Obviously, always up to his thing. And then for this channel over these next week, what do we have planned? After credits Monday. It's a big week for everything. We have the finale of Gen V. Obviously, we're going to talk about that. We are starting our Visions Season 1 watch in preparation for Season 3 coming up. And Welcome to Derry is here as well, so we'll be starting that show. Me and Taz will be tackling a couple of those stuff. And then Pipeline, next Thursday, we are our final week of our Halloween-themed month. We're ranking all the Ben 10 villains this month if we can get scheduling situated with a certain guest. But yeah, without further ado, Omni, obviously stay after if I can give you your proper goodbyes, and I will see you folks on the flip side.